Welcome, my political friends of the interwebs. Well, here's an interesting little story from the New York Post. Mayor Bloomberg pushes New York City hospitals to hide baby formula so more new moms will breastfeed. Okay, here's why this is important. Well, first of all, I got to read you this next part. It says, the nanny state is the nanny state is going after moms. All right. The reason I'm even doing this video because I find this to be a case study in in how ridiculously stupid liberals are, especially the progressive brand, the progressive flavor of liberal. Today on The View, you know, that over-estrasized show on, I don't even know what network it is, apparently Whoopi Goldberg goes off. Now, everybody should, if you've never watched The View, you have to know who Whoopi Goldberg is, you know, but irregardless. So apparently she goes off today on Mayor Bloomberg for making it difficult on new mothers. She says, and I'm going to paraphrase here, it's hard enough to be a new mom, and now they've got to deal with people hiding baby formula or something like that. So what Bloomberg's doing is he's basically instructed about half the hospitals in New York City are on board with this, but he's basically instructed the hospitals to do whatever they can do to dissuade new mothers from using baby formula, and in fact to the point where they actually lock up the baby formula in a cabinet, basically the same as they do with narcotics. Well, apparently if a new mother requests to have a bottle of formula for her crying infant, then they are to be lectured beforehand on the benefits of breastfeeding and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, you know, here's the thing. All right, we all know, if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you're a subscriber of mine, and there's a very good chance that you and I are on the same page. We all see tyranny for what it is. Okay, we all see Mayor Bloomberg completely out of control. I mean, you know, he goes after the guns. Okay, yeah, goes after the guns, and you know, and the liberal weenies are like, yeah, go after the gun, get the guns off the streets. Forget the fact that, you know, law-abiding citizens are not allowed to have guns, but the crime rate is crazy in places like that. So, well, whatever, we're not going to debate that here. Then he goes after, I'm just going to use a couple examples. Then he goes after soda pops. No, I'm sorry, before that, I think he went after salts and, trans fats. You know, trans fats were banned in New York City. And then he went after the soda pops. No soda pops over 16 ounces. Irregardless if they're diet or you know, sugarized or whatever. It doesn't matter. This is what a nanny state does, and this is what a tyrannical megalomaniac does when he's in charge, you know. But here's the funny thing. So now they're going after the baby formula, which, by the way, all this stuff is rooted in a liberal wet dream, or I should say, yeah, I did a video one time called The Road to Hell is Paved by Good Intentions, or The Liberal Road to Hell is Paved in Good Intentions. And it is. You know, I fully believe in all the medical facts point to the fact that breastfeeding is better for the baby. But you know what? It isn't my place to tell a new mother what the hell she can do. Period. So anyway, it's a liberty issue for me. I mean, it really is. It's a liberty issue for me. Give them the information, but don't start locking up baby formula. All right, don't let me get too far off the beaten path here. So you know, all these ideas from Mayor Bloomberg are good. I mean, as far as I should say, good ideas, but they're rooted in some logic, in the sense that, you know, I mean, it's logical to think that if you ban trans fats in the city, that less people will get coronary artery disease, blah blah blah. But once again, it's a liberty issue. Give people the information and let them decide. You know, but here's the thing. So, to get back to Whoopi Goldberg, because this is worth mentioning, because I think this illustrates a valid point. Whoopi Goldberg apparently goes off today, but when she goes off on Mayor Bloomberg, she basically says, I love you as our mayor. I think you're an excellent mayor. You're a great mayor. I love you as a mayor. But then she changes her tone, drops it down a pitch, and goes, but back off. You know, it's hard enough to be a new mother. Back off. So, and here's kind of my point to this. All right, when liberal weenies, okay, when lefty progressives, when communists in training, okay, when they like an idea, like for example, when they think that, well, you know, the government needs to save people from themselves, and therefore we need to ban guns. Okay, they like that concept, they like that idea, they're all for it. Greatest mayor in the world. Okay, when they think that people aren't capable of making decisions as far as what they put into their bodies, although that should be the ultimate in liberty. I mean, what you consume, if you know, that's your choice, what you put into your mouth. When they think that, yeah, the people need to be saved from their cheeseburgers and saved from their French fries, then yeah, well, okay, Bloomberg, you're the greatest mayor on the planet. Yeah, keep people from eating cheeseburgers. And the same thing with pops. When they think that, well, people drink too much pop and blah, 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 blah. And it's going to take the government, it's going to take the giant nanny to make sure that the children don't get access to the sodas because they can't control themselves. You know. Anyhow, so here's the thing. So now when it comes up against something that they don't believe in, holy shit, back off. Back off. But see, this is the problem with these progressive nut jobs. They don't get, if you watch the progression of the way these nanny statists work, if you watch what they do, they chip away at freedom, they chip away at liberty, you know, and then at some point it starts to encroach on things that you're not cool with, you know. But here's the problem: there's an old saying, and it had to do. I think it evolved around the Holocaust or the situation, that the tragedy of Europe in the 1940s. And it was basically, you know, they came after my neighbor because he was a whatever, but I wasn't a whatever, so I didn't say anything. And then they came after my other neighbor and because he was a whatever and I wasn't a whatever, so I didn't say anything. But then they came after me and there was nobody left to say anything. Kind of like that, you know, kind of like that. So now it's kind of like, now that Bloomberg is encroaching on the freedoms, or the beliefs that the leftists or the liberals like, well, holy shit, he's got to back off. He has got to back off. You know, forget the fact that they all cheered and applauded, or at the very least, didn't say squat when it was liberties involving things that other people enjoyed, you know, like the right to defend yourself. You know, it's the thing that kills me too. I think any, you know, not to get off the subject here, but I guess it's not really off the subject. It's kind of on tack. Any wealthy person, whether it be a movie star, a musician, or just a wealthy person, or politician for that matter, any one of those people that want to come out in support of banning guns in any form, I don't care if it's a magazine ban, a bullet ban, you know, whatever. Okay, any one of those that comes out should publicly announce that they are stripping themselves and their families from armed security. Every one of them. It includes you know, the mayor of New York. Because I can tell you right now, when the mayor of New York City leaves his office, he has law enforcement undercover or, you know, plainclothes. You know, a security detail. Now, Bloomberg is so wealthy, he probably has, you know, ex-Green Berets or ex-Navy SEALs or with Delta Force, you know, that he hires personally. They may not even be New York City's finest. But I wouldn't be surprised if they were, you know, so he's getting protected by, at least in some part, the taxpayers. In fact, I would guess that if he does have a private security firm that he pays for, he probably charges the city for that. I would love for somebody to look into that. Bloomberg security detail. Does he have private security that he turns around and charges the city, or writes it off on his taxes as a business expense? You know, he has Blackwater. You know, he has the black. I don't think they're called Blackwater anymore, but you know what I'm saying. He has a security detail of some Delta Force X's, and he's turning around and charging the probably $50,000 a month to the taxpayer, or at least writing it off. You know, yeah. All I can say is that, you know, I hope and pray that you liberal weenies open your eyes and see what the hell's going on here, because this is what I mean. It's simple. What's next? What's next? Thank God Bloomberg never became president. I mean, he wanted to be president. He wanted badly to be president. But thank God can you even imagine a President Bloomberg? Can you even wrap your mind around that? Oh man, it would be the start of a revolution, because he'd be banning everything. Because that's what, that's what crazy people do. That's what crazy leftist lunatics do. So anyway, chime in. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's ironic? Well, let me know what you think about the security details for sure. But do you think it's ironic that the lefties are now screaming at bloody murder at Bloomberg after after this? They didn't say. In fact, they supported him on every other crazy power grab. Yeah, I think it's ironic. I think it's interesting. I would love to talk to Whoopi Goldberg about this. I would love to ask her some questions. I don't think she'd like the questions, but I don't. Her security detail would never let me get within 100 yards of her. Her armed security detail. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Everybody take care. See ya.